In this lecture, we will discuss about another phylum of kingdom Animalia, that is Phylum Annelida. The word Annelida is derived from a Latin word anneals, and anneals in Latin, anneals mean little rings. Annelida word is derived from a Latin word anneals meaning little rings. Therefore, the organisms included in phylum Annelida are also called segmented worms, because externally they show little rings on their surfaces and internally they are segmented. Most of the familiar worms are included in this phylum. ज़्यादातर जो worms जिनको हम रोज़मर्रा ज़िंदगी में देखते हैं that are included in phylum Annelida, like leech, earthworm. So these are included in phylum Annelida. Next, we will discuss about their general characteristics. Body organization. So according to body organization, annelids are triploblastic, means they have 3 layers that are called germ layers, including ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And all the body structures are formed from these 3 major layers. Ectoderm is the outer layer, mesoderm is the middle layer, and endoderm is the innermost layer. Now, in case of annelids, mesoderm is splitted into 2 layers, outer layer and inner layer. Outer layer is called splanchnic mesoderm, while inner layer is called somatic mesoderm. Splanchnic mesoderm is also called parietal layer, while somatic mesoderm is also called visceral layer. This parietal layer or splanchnic mesoderm, it covers the body wall, while inner somatic visceral layer, it covers gut or gastrointestinal tract or digestive tube. Next is their body symmetry. They are organisms with bilateral symmetry. Body cavity. This is the first phylum in kingdom Animalia that develops a body cavity. It means that they are coelomates. Coelomates are the organisms that have a body cavity. Coelom is present between somatic and splanchnic mesoderm. Mesoderm जब 2 लेयर्स में स्प्लिट हो जाती है तो उन दोनों लेयर्स के दरमियान जो स्पेस होती है, जो कैविटी डेवलप होती है, उसको हम सीलोम कहते हैं. And the space between these 2 layers is filled with coelomic fluid. Fluid के साथ ये fill हो जाती है और वो fluid hydrostatic skeleton के तौर पे behave करता है. As you know that there are 3 kinds of skeleton: hydrostatic skeleton, endoskeleton, and exoskeleton. So in case of annelids, they have hydrostatic skeleton. Next, we will talk about their segmentation. As you know that annelids are segmented worms. It means that there is segmentation in these worms. They are metamerically segmented. Segmentation occurs both externally as well as internally. It means that अगर हम इन worms को बाहर से observe करें तो भी हमें segmentation feel होगी, और internally जब इनको dissect किया जाएगा तो भी segmentation इनमें observe की जाती है. Externally, they are segmented by constrictions of the body surfaces. Body surface में constrictions नजर आती हैं, invaginations नजर आती हैं जो segmentation के बारे में बताती हैं. While internally they are segmented and each segment is separated by a septa. Septa is a wall of tissues. And the one important thing about their segmentation is that various systems of body such as their gut, means their digestive system, blood vessels, and nerve cord, these systems are continuous throughout the length of the body, penetrating each segment. हर segment में ये penetrate करके, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि हर segment में एक अलग digestive system मौजूद होगा और अलग nerve cord मौजूद होगी, बल्कि पूरी body में एक ही gut है जो हर segment में penetrate करता है, एक ही nerve cord है और एक ही blood vessels का network है जो penetrate करता है हर segment में. You can see both type of segmentation in case of annelids. This figure is showing segmentation externally. You can see that there are numerous little rings that are present on the surface of this annelid, that is basically earthworm. So there are many constrictions that are representing segmentation externally. While in this figure, it shows segmentation internally, but you can see that there is only one gut from this part to this part. There is only one mouth and one anus. That is why it has only one gut that runs through the length of the body. And this is the network of their blood vessels, penetrating each segment of the body. Next, we will discuss about their habitat. With the formation of developed organ systems, they are adapted to live in various types of habitats. Some of them are marine, such as nervies. Some of them are freshwater, such as Stylaria. Some also found in damp soil. ये soil में रहते हैं, but soil ऐसी soil में जहाँ पे moist हो, damp soil, moist soil, such as earthworm. While some are parasitic, it means that they live inside the body of the host. And parasitic species include leech. So there are 4 different kinds of habitats: marine, freshwater, damp soil, and some are parasitic. Next, we will discuss about the physiology of annelids. First system is digestive system. So like roundworms, they also have tube-like digestive system. And you know that in tube-like digestive system, there are 2 openings. Anterior opening is called mouth and posterior opening is called anus. And the important structure that is only present in annelids, their mouth has a overhung looped structure called prostomium. इनके पास एक special structure होता है that is called prostomium. Prostomium means, pro means first and stomium derived from stoma means mouth. It is the first part of the mouth. Here you can see that this is the mouth part of annelid, and this overhung looped structure is called prostomium. Locomotory system. For locomotion, they use hydrostatic skeleton along with muscles and special locomotory organs. Annelids have 2 types of muscles. They have circular muscles as well as longitudinal muscles. Circular muscles are called so because they are arranged along the circumference of the body, while longitudinal muscles are called so because they are arranged along the length of the body. Locomotory organs consist of chitinous keti or setae, while some have another structure called parapodia. These 2 structures are present in earthworm, while parapodia are present in nervies. In case of leech, they don't have a locomotory organ. लोकोमोशन का मैकेनिज्म इनमें कुछ इस तरह होता है. When circular muscles contract and longitudinal muscles relax, by the antagonism of these 2 muscles, the body's length increases. But if opposite of this happens, it means that circular muscles relax and longitudinal muscles contract. In this case, body becomes shortened as well as widen. And you can see in this figure, in this portion, the circular muscles undergo contraction and longitudinal muscles undergo relaxation. And you know that when circular muscles contract and longitudinal muscles relax, body's length increases. So you can see that Here, the body is not shortened or widened, it has increased length. While in this part, where circular muscles are relaxed and longitudinal muscles are in contracted form, circular muscles when relaxed and longitudinal muscles contract, then body becomes shortened and widened. So you can see that here the segments have come closer to each other and the body has become widened. When this condition will happen, coelomic fluid will be propelled from this region to this region, because you know that here the area is less than this part. So coelomic fluid will move from this part to this part, and with the movement of coelomic fluid, the body will move a little forward. Similarly, this movement will be repeated to locomote from one place to another place, and these little structures that are present on the underside of the body are locomotory structures, which include maybe CT, KT or parapodia. अच्छा, जब ये वाली कंडीशन होगी जिसमें सर्कुलर मसल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे और लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मसल्स रिलैक्स करेंगे और बॉडी की लेंथ इंक्रीज हो जाएगी, उस रीजन पे जो वॉर्म होगा वो सरफेस के साथ अटैच नहीं होगा, जबकि दूसरा पार्ट जिसमें बॉडी वाइडन और शॉर्टन हो गई है, इसमें वाइडन होने की वजह से जो लोकोमोटरी स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं that are present on the underside of the body, they become attached to the surface on which it is moving. So these locomotory organs help them to adhere to the surface on which the worm is moving. Next system is excretory system. For excretion, they have specialized organ named as nephridia. Nephridia word is derived from nephros. Nephros means kidney. So you know that kidney is specialized for excretion of nitrogenous waste. Similarly, in case of nephridia, a structure that is related to kidney, related to their function, acts as excretory system of annelids. Nephridia are highly coiled structures and they are present in each segment of the body. Along with, they have, each nephridia has a ciliated opening that is called nephrostome. This ciliated opening has many cilia present opening region that helps to propel the excretory waste into excretory tubules. You can see that here is a part of a segmented worm. There is a segmentation outside the body that is represented by these constrictions, and internally there is a septa that is separating each segment from the other. And you can see that light green colored tubules are actually the excretory system of annelids, and it is present in each segment separately, having a ciliated opening, this that is called nephrostome. And this ciliated opening helps to collect the excretory waste from this part, and then you can see that there are number of blood vessels that are surrounding the nephridia, and these blood vessels are basically for the reabsorption of useful substances from excretory waste. Next is their nervous system. Nervous system of annelids consists of, is basically a highly developed system, well developed, because it has a simple brain and also a nerve cord that is solid, double, longitudinal, ventral nerve cord. A single nerve cord that runs along the entire length of the body. Their nervous system also consists of ganglia, and each segment has its own ganglia from which small nerves arise. Circulatory system. So, annelids are the first phylum of invertebrate that has developed a circulatory system, and actually they have a closed type circulatory system. Actually, there are two kinds of circulatory system, open type and closed type. In open type circulatory system, there are no blood vessels. While in closed type circulatory system, they have blood vessels and flows in these closed vessels. While in case of open type, blood flows in open spaces called sinuses. It means that they also have blood vessels. Their circulatory system helps in the transportation of food and gases. Respiratory system. Respiratory system in case of annelids is absent, and respiration or gaseous exchange actually occurs by diffusion. Diffusion through skin into the blood capillaries. गैसेस जो हैं वो स्किन के थ्रू डिफ्यूज होकर बॉडी में आती हैं और फिर वहां से वो ब्लड में शामिल हो जाती हैं और ब्लड आगे उनको ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है. And in this way, the skin is kept moist by coelomic fluid and mucus. Reproductive system. Common method of reproduction is sexual. Most of the annelids are basically hermaphrodite, including earthworm as well as leeches. Earthworms and leeches are hermaphrodite, but in some cases they are not hermaphrodite, they have separate sexes, means that they are unisexual, such as nereis. In aquatic type of habitat, fertilization mostly occurs externally. A trochophore larva is also produced during their life cycle. Trochophore means basically trocho is derived from a word called trochos, and trochos means wheel, and phore means to bear or having or moving. It means that the larvae are wheel bearing. Wheel bearing means they are moving. So they have motile larvae. At the end, we will discuss about their importance. Their burrowing activities of earthworm help in the penetration of air in soil. Basically जो earthworm होता है वो अपने लोकोमोटरी मोड की वजह से सॉइल में पेनिट्रेट करता है और सॉइल में जब वो बोरिंग एक्टिविटी मीन्स जैसे से सॉइल में अंदर जाता है वो अंदर की सॉइल को बाहर मूव करता है जिसकी वजह से वहाँ पे होल जनरेट हो जाता है और उस होल की वजह से बाहर की जो फ्रेश एयर है वो सॉइल में पेनिट्रेट कर पाती है और बहुत से जो इम्पोर्टेंट न्यूट्रिएंट्स एयर में शामिल हैं वो सॉइल में ट्रांसफर होते हैं लाइक nitrogen that is required by many plants for their use. It means that earthworms they improve the drainage capacity of soil. और साथ ही क्योंकि जैसे जैसे अर्थफॉर्म नीचे मूव करती है सॉइल में होल्स जनरेट होते हैं और इन होल्स की वजह से रूट्स को एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस मिलती है. दे इनेबल्स रूट्स टू ग्रो डाउनवर्ड्स मोर इजीली. इनकी होल जनरेट करने की वजह से रूट्स जो हैं वो इजीली डाउनवर्ड ग्रो कर पाती हैं. And their mixing and churning of soil by earthworms bring about the inorganic particles from lower regions to the surface. मिक्सिंग ऑफ सॉइल की वजह से जो इनऑर्गेनिक पार्टिकल्स इनऑर्गेनिक होने के साथ साथ इंपॉर्टेंट पार्टिकल्स जो प्लांट्स को रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं फॉर देयर ग्रोथ वो नीचे वाली सरफेस से ऊपर वाली सरफेस पे आते हैं जिससे प्लांट्स उनको यूज करके अपनी ग्रोथ इंप्रूव करते हैं. Earthworms are most active segmented worms in churning process. That is why earthworms are also called natural plow. Natural plow का मतलब होता है कुदरती हल. किसान अंडर रीजन्स में मौजूद मिट्टी को अपर रीजन्स में लाते हैं with the help of these different animals including cow and buffaloes. तो यही काम earthworm करता है. That is why it is called natural plow. Now we will discuss about the classes of phylum Annelida. So there are 3 classes in phylum Annelida. Furthermore, phylum Annelida को 3 classes में divide किया गया है which include class Polychaeta, class Oligochaeta and class Hierodini. First of all, we will discuss about the properties of organisms included in class Polychaeta. फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी इज दैट दे आर एक्वेटिक, मोस्टली जो है ये एक्वेटिक होते हैं और एक्वेटिक में भी इनका जो हैबिटेट है दैट इज मेरीन, मेरीन वाटर में ये ज़्यादातर रहते हैं. Second property is they have distinct head region with eyes and specialized structures for detection of the chemicals etc, which include palps and tentacles. Here you can see this is the interior region of Nereis, and it consists of different structures including tentacles, palps, jaws, and this is prostomium. ये हमने एनालिड्स की जनरल करेक्टरिस्टिक में पढ़ा था कि they have a overhung looped structure on the interior side of their mouth cavity that is called prostomium. So you can see that this is the prostomium and these are also the eyes. So these are all the structures present on the distinct head region of class Polychaeta. Their organ of locomotion are parapodia. You can see that there are numerous structures present on the lower or dorsal side of the body. These structures are basically parapodia that help the organism to attach with the surface and to move over a surface. So their organ of locomotion are parapodia. In the organisms of class Polychaeta, sexes are separate. It means that organisms are not hermaphrodite. There are two distinct sexes, male and female. Furthermore, a trochophore larva is also produced during their life cycle. Now we will move on to the examples. So here are the examples of organisms including in class Polychaeta. This is Nereis and this is Ketopteryx. So you can also observe that in both these animals there are many parapodia present on the peboral side of the surface that help in the locomotion. This is the head region and with many distinct structures including palps, tentacles, etc. Next we will discuss about the second class, that is class Oligochaeta. Here are some properties of organisms included in class Oligochaeta. First property is about their habitat. They may be aquatic or may be terrestrial. Aquatic भी हो सकते हैं, terrestrial भी हो सकते हैं. और अगर जो है वो इनमें कोई terrestrial होगा तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा harsh condition में नहीं होगा बल्कि damp soil वगैरह में जो है वो exist करेगा. Like earth form, जैसा कि earth form है, earth form damp soil में exist करता है. In class Oligochaeta, organs of locomotion are CT, while in class Polychaeta, organs of locomotion were parapodia. Here, the organs of locomotion are CT, or it may be GT. So, it may be CT or GT. In this class, or head or region is not prominent. इनमें हेड रीजन जो है वो इतना ज़्यादा प्रोमिनेंट नहीं होता है, ना ही कोई इंपॉर्टेंट जो है वो स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं. जैसा कि पैरापोडिया में था, वहाँ पे हेड रीजन डिस्टिंक्ट होता है विद प्रोमिनेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स इंक्लूडिंग टेंटेकल्स, पॉब्स एक्सेट्रा विद एंटीना कॉम्प्लेक्सेस. दे आर hermaphrodite. ये hermaphrodite होते हैं. Hermaphrodite means both the sexual structures are present in the same organism. So they are bisexual. And no larval stage is present during their life cycle. While in case of class Polychaeta, larval stage is also present and the organisms were not hermaphrodite. So there are many points that differentiate class Oligochaeta from class Polychaeta. First point is their organ of locomotion. In this case, organ of locomotion are CT or maybe KT, while in case of class Polychaeta, these are parapodia. Head region is not prominent in this class, but in case of class Polychaeta, head region is distinct with many special structures. They are hermaphrodite, while the organisms included in class Polychaeta were not hermaphrodite. Larval stage is not produced in this class, while in case of class Polychaeta, larval stage is produced. during the developmental stages. So the examples are, this is an earthworm, and this also belongs to the earthworm species. You can see that all these diagrams are exactly alike, but there are major differences between them. This is Pheretima posthuma. It is also kind of earthworm. And this is Lumbricus terrestris. So the body plan of these organisms are exactly the same, but there are differences between them. Next class is class Hierodni. They have additional circular rings in each segment called annuli. हर सेगमेंट में इनकी बॉडी में फिक्स नंबर ऑफ सेगमेंट्स होते हैं और हर सेगमेंट में कुछ एडिशनल सर्कुलर रिंग्स और मार्किंग्स होती हैं, उनको हम कहते हैं एन्यूलाई. You can see that this is figure of a leech and there are many ring-like structures present on the surface of leech. So these rings are called annula. They don't have any organ of locomotion unlike class Polychaeta and Oligochaeta. Polychaeta में पैरापोडिया थे and Oligochaeta में सीटी और कीटी थे for as an organ of locomotion. But in class Hierodni there are no specialized organ of locomotion, but they move with contraction of their body contract करती है, contraction की वजह से ये next जो है वो move कर पाते हैं और इनके पास जो है वो suckers भी होते हैं for attachment to the surface on which they are moving. They are also hermaphrodite and trochophore larva is also produced during their developmental stages. Just like class Oligochaeta, they also don't have any distinct head region or any structures present for such as tentacles or polyps, etc. But as you know that the organisms in class Hierodnia are mostly parasitic in their nutritional mode, therefore they have special structures called chitinous jaws that help them for making puncture. एक होल बनाने के लिए होस्ट के बॉडी में, होस्ट की स्किन में जो है वो होल जनरेट करने के लिए इनके पास काइटिनस जॉज होते हैं, जिसकी वजह से जैसे ही होल जनरेट होता है वो वहां से ब्लड सक कर लेते हैं. Also they have anticoagulant is basically a substance that reduces the coagulation of blood. Coagulation mean clotting of the blood. That reduces blood clot formation. Examples. Example is Hirodo medicinalis. Hirodo medicinalis is also called medicinal leech. This is a medicinal leech. Actually इसके बहुत ज़्यादा benefits हैं. इसको medicinal leech इसीलिए बोला जाता है क्योंकि इसको बहुत सी medical studies में जो है वो use किया जाता है. इसको use किया जाता है to treat arthritis, glaucoma, also thrombosis and various venous disorders. जहाँ पे ब्लड क्लॉट होने का खतरा होता है ड्यूरिंग सर्जिकल ऑपरेशंस, वहाँ पे भी जो है वो इसको यूज किया जाता है, इसके एंटीकोगुलेंट को यूज किया जाता है टू प्रिवेंट द क्लॉट फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ब्लड. सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन मेडिकल साइंस.